Greetings, aliens. It is me, your one and only host, Miss Ella Sanchez of the Nadie Preguntó podcast, because truly nobody asked for this podcast whatsoever. I'm having a blast, and I hope you are too. Friends, I don't know what this topic is today. And I also realized as I was about to start recording, the angling of this doesn't look that good, but we're going to leave it as is, honestly. But guys, I don't know what to say for this intro. You read today's title. I don't know what I can tell you. This might be a really short episode, I'm going to be honest, like maybe like 30 minutes or less, cuz I just don't know. Like you guys already know, like I have this momentum, like I've already said last episode, like if you didn't catch the drift, like with topics I have, like I go MIA for a while and then I build up a bunch of topics throughout like time and stuff. And I'm like, I want to talk about this, this, and that on the podcast, resurrect the podcast, use all the ideas, and then I'm back to not having ideas. So yeah, that's what it's giving lately. I'm like, I already used all my ideas, yet I don't know where I am. Like, I don't know what else I can say. So I've been on Substack. I'm gonna actually start tagging and linking my Substack because I'm addicted to it. I want to start getting on there more. But this intro too long. All I want to say is if you're new here, hi, welcome. I talk about nothing but the occasional something. And if you are returning, hi, babe, how are you? I hope that you're doing good. I hope that everything you're working towards is coming to you soon. I hope you're healthy. I hope you're doing well in a time where we're going to get into, today that we're living in. So I hope all is well with you guys. And quite honestly, we're just going to get into today's episode. So I will see you guys in the next segment. And we're back, ladies and gents. So today we're going to be talking about the conversation that I actually am kind of wanting to have more and more of. I don't want to be aware of everything. That's really the title of this video. It's very long, I know, but as you all know, I have my handy dandy iPad with my notes, and I'm probably not even going to need to look at my notes because I've had this conversation and this thought for a long time. So, the inspo for this episode comes from a time I was having with my sister. I was talking to her, and we were texting, our main form of communication. If you know, you know. And I mentioned this a couple episodes ago. I don't know which episode it was, not like any of you guys care, but I was telling her that I just don't like TikTok. And I've said this quite literally in almost every single fucking episode of my existence. I've said it quite literally on every social media platform that I own and have, how much I hate TikTok, how much I loathe it, how much I hate it, how much I just don't believe in it. And quite honestly, I might one day just lay the conversation to rest as to why I fucking hate it. But nonetheless, the inspo in question for this episode is that it kind of branches off from the conversation I was having with my sister about how much I don't love TikTok, but I prefer IG Reels, like their version of TikTok or whatever, the clock app, if you will, and how I like my algorithm on there a little bit more because I get better videos. And then my sister was like, okay, well, TikTok algorithm is better because it actually kind of is. Like the amount of stuff, like when you curate your algorithm properly on TikTok, like it gets crazy how accurate it is in there. It's crazy. But I just don't like the app overall. I don't like the way it has impacted society. I just don't like it. That's like the primary reason why I don't like it. But the reason why is because she was telling me like, oh, well, you get every like meme and trending thing like a month later if you watch IG Reels. I'm like, as a matter of fact, I'm okay with that. I don't want to be aware of everything. Trust me. I'm perfectly fine not being aware of every single little thing that's going on the clock app. I promise you I don't care enough. And here's the thing. I am gonna preface with saying like this isn't me saying like I don't give a shit about social issues. Like I'm talking about like minuscule things today. Like I don't want to know trendy shit that's happening right now. I just don't care enough. But when it comes to things that do matter, I do want to use those apps, all the apps, like all social media apps in general, for like current issues going on in the world, being up to date about those and then closing the app. Like I don't need to be aware of every single thing that goes on the clock app, IG, Facebook. I just don't care enough. That's what I'm going to be talking about today because what are my notes here today, y'all? Like, I'm just, guys, this really could be like a 2-minute episode. It's just me saying like one sentence for like 1,000 times. Because here's my thing, it's like I appreciate that social media has become a place of a safe haven for some, a hell for like other people, or a bit of both. Like, let's be honest, it's a bit of both at this point. But I do appreciate that social media has given a lot of leniency into being a sense of news outlets for most people, especially TikTok. I get my news on Twitter, to be honest. I still get it on there. If I'm going to be really honest with people, like I don't really check any other app for news. And I feel like I'm like the timeline for news stuff on Twitter is like pretty current. Like I feel like I don't get it too late or too early. I just get it like right at the time everybody's finding out, or maybe a little bit earlier. But that's my algorithm. I've always been a Twitter fan. I always will be, like forever and always will be a Twitter fan. That is my app for life. I don't play about Twitter. And yes, it's still Twitter. Now I don't really use it that much because it flopped, unfortunately. But I do want to say that, like, when it comes to social media being like news outlets, I'm glad that it exists. I'm glad that we can be in touch with current issues all over the world in the, palm of your hand overnight, really. But what I do have to critique is that since there's so much information being spewed at once, and quite honestly, it is insane to realize that I just witnessed a literal genocide happening on my phone screen. I would scroll past after liking and interacting with the post, and then I would see somebody doing a get ready with me with their makeup products. Uh, yeah. I can wholeheartedly tell you that is damaging my brain to some extent. I don't know how, but it is. There's going to be studies that come out at some point in life that are going to see how that has damaged our brains. It shouldn't be that normal by any means. It's not normal. Let's get that very clear. But my thing is that I am leaning towards more. This is where I kind of, be a big advocate for Substack. I am obsessed with Substack right now. For those who don't know, it's a pro writing app, like for just pure writers, people that can just send their content and whatever they create on the app algorithmically, that word, like with no algorithm to like impede with their like work, because IG and TikTok, like their algorithms are very questionable. Either you get on the right side of your algorithm or somebody else's For You page, or you don't. So for me, I'm a big advocate for Substack because I'm actually thinking of like more stuff I want to put on there. And quite honestly, don't be surprised if I just go off IG forever. Like, I just don't see the benefit of social media anymore. I feel like I can't grow any of my following. I've been stuck at 200 followers on IG for literally forever. No matter how much I post, no matter how much I interact, no matter how much I post stories and post and reels and like everything, it just doesn't get anywhere. No matter how many times I use hashtags, no matter how many times I tag products, no matter how many, like, you think I haven't done whatever, I've done it all on IG. And quite literally nothing gets thrown anywhere. None of the stuff I've made, none of the silly little memes I've posted get anywhere except to my target audience, which I'm grateful for, because if you like my stuff, thank you. Thank you very much. But I am really frustrated. Like, I can't say that it doesn't frustrate me every now and then, but at the same time, it gets to a point where like I don't want to be aware of every single thing that happens. I don't want to be in the know about a lot of things. I don't need to be in the know about a trend on TikTok. Trust me, I don't. I don't need to be in the know about a TikTok coupon on the TikTok shop. I don't need to be in the know or be aware of this whole thing that's going on with 6-7. I don't need to know that. And before y'all call me, oh my God, chopped, I don't care, bro. Oh my God, I just don't care. I am free and you're not. Okay, that's the difference between you and I. I am free and you're not, bro. I am free to have free will. I have it. I have a frontal lobe that's developed. That's my biggest flex. You kids do not. That's the gotcha about it. Because here's the thing today, actually, I post a lot of rage bait comments. Ooh, girl, you guys don't understand. I love IG when it comes to rage baiting men on there. Ooh, men hate me everywhere on like social media of any kind. I will literally comment shit that will get rage bait engagement. And I'll also mean it half the time. Also, it's not even me just doing it for the rage bait. I'm like, no, I actually feel this way. Cry about it. Because here's the thing. There was this girl that, like, if you guys don't know the IG or TikTok show, it's called Subway Takes with Kareem. I don't know his last name, but he just asks, people like celebrities or just like people in the public eye, like their hot take, like whatever that is. It can be, I think that summer is better than winter, which is, by the way, thank you. But it can just be any opinion that you have and you can share it with him. And then you guys, like, they're on the New York subway. That's like the funny part. Kareem, please get me on. I want to be on Subway Take so bad. I am building every unpopular opinion I can possibly have so I can one day, when you invite me on the show, I can finally have it. But here's my thing. I have a lot of opinions, unfortunately. Not really. Not really sorry about that, to be honest. But the context of the show is you guys are on the New York subway, you're getting interviewed talking about a hot take that the person presents, right? And then Kareem will either disagree, agree, or he'll be like, tell me more. So I posted like this one video, I don't know who it was, but it was just this lovely woman. She's like, social media is for girls and gays only. And I was like, period, yes. And then I put in the comments, I was like, y'all are crucifying her, but she's absolutely right. Like, don't play. The amount of men that fucking obliterated that fucking keyboard of theirs to tell me that you're ugly, you're fat, nobody cares. Social media was made for men anyways. They were made by men. Trust me, girl. I'm not reading that essay. And it actually worked because you're mad. Ah! I win. So that's my point, y'all. Do you know how socially aware you have to be to care about something like that? I don't want to be aware of that. Now, don't get it twisted. When I say I don't want to be aware of every single thing, I don't excuse you not being socially aware, hyper aware of yourself, aware of your surroundings, just overall your awareness to others. Because if you're one of those people that truly just can't read the room, I promise you, I cannot stand your guts. Like, I don't like you. Be aware of those things. But when I say I don't want to be aware of everything, I don't want to be aware of silly little social media trends unless I like them. Quite honestly, if I see something that intrigues me that's like a new trend that I don't know about, I'm like, maybe I'll look into it. But if it doesn't intrigue me by the first like title of whatever it's called, I won't interact with it and I will be out of the know because I don't want to be in the know. And I don't want you to explain it to me either. There are certain things that I don't care enough about to be informed on. Here's the thing. One thing, American football. Yeah, don't explain it to me. I don't care about it enough, to be honest. I don't care about American football enough. I don't care about baseball. There are just some sports, there are just some things I don't want to be aware on. And I don't want you to explain it to me. You're gonna be like, no, like I'll explain. I'm like, don't. Save your breath. I don't want the TED Talk. I don't want the PowerPoint information. Trust me, I don't care enough. I don't. So today, y'all, that's what I mean when I say I don't want to be aware of everything. I don't want to be aware of the social media trends that are going on unless like even like a hint of it is introduced to me and I'm like intrigued, then I will dive deeper. But if it doesn't attract me right off the bat, don't even bother explaining it to me. I will not engage with it. And if you want to call me abuelita, chopped, whatever the fuck, oh my gosh, she's so old, that's fine. Please. I'm glad to have a frontal lobe developed and you do not. I don't listen to young folks that don't have a frontal lobe that's developed. Trust me, I don't. All of my friends are older, have their frontal lobes developed, and I'm happy about that. Trust. I'm okay with not having that awareness of silly little stuff that's going on in the world. I don't care. Also, another example, like I don't care about certain dramas that are going on with celebrities. I don't care about King Kylie coming back. I don't care about old eras of people coming back. Trust me when I tell you, I might be unemployed, but believe me, I don't care enough about that stuff. I just don't. I would much rather be on Substack, quite honestly. And you know what? I just might. So, however, like I said, it doesn't excuse you not being aware of current issues going on in our world. That does not apply here. You do have to be aware of that. But I will also say, at a certain point, you also have to take a step back, being like, okay, I'm aware of these issues going on in the world. It is exhausting me, it is draining me, and it is breaking my heart to see all this going on. I need to step back. And before y'all that like get upset with people being like, "Oh, you get to turn, you have the luxury of turning off whatever you see in the world while other people live it." It's like, yes, I am aware of that. And it breaks my heart that I can't do more for the current issues that are going on aside from what I know I can do, like be informed, sign petitions, share links. Like those are things I know I can do, and I know I wish they could be more, helpful. I wish it could do more of an like make more of an impact. But if I don't step away for like a couple hours, I promise you my head will go on fire. My head will light on fire, fool. Like I don't want, like, it's like I said earlier, it is not normal to be watching a literal genocide happening in front of your fucking face, scrolling after you've interacted with the video, and then you see somebody's, get ready with me. Get ready with me to, decorate my house. Do you know? I promise you, like I said, there are going to be studies that come out that will literally have actual, like, scans of our brains completely fried, completely fucked up. I promise you. I wouldn't be surprised if that shit comes out. That our brains are fucked, quite honestly. So that's really all I have, guys. Like, that's really all I have. Like, this episode is what, like, not even like 20 minutes, but it is what it is, y'all. That's all I have for y'all. Because, like, all I will say in my final thoughts to conclude everything, all in all, in conclusion, I wholeheartedly believe whatever you have to do for your mental sanity, please do it. No one should shame you for that. No one should be upset with you about that. No one should be offended by that either. I need to, like, we need to be more aware in the sense of, like, when you realize somebody needs a little breather, give them that breather. When you know somebody needs to take a step back, you let them take the step back. That's being aware. And that person taking a step back is also being like, I'm aware enough to know I need a moment to recharge, to step back in my brain, reset my brain, if you will, wash it if I could. Because quite honestly, y'all, when I say I don't want to be aware of everything, that truly does not apply in the sense of like current issues going on in our world, because that does not apply here. But it is also okay to take a step back and be offline for a little while, being like, I don't think I can handle another heartbreak via my glass phone, quite honestly, my glass screen little smartphone, when I can just put it in my room, charge it, go to another room, go watch TV. Yeah, I know. Another screen, believe it or not. You can read a book, you can read a Substack article, because I'm very much into that right now. I know, once again, another screen. I know. Not saying I'm better. I'm just saying what I do. Because, guys, the world is blowing into flames. All right. Let's just be really honest about it. The world is blowing up, and not the best way, quite honestly. And if it means you got to take a step back, go offline for a while, by no means should anyone shame you. And before the crowd of folks being like, it's a privilege to do that, it's like, yes, I can acknowledge it's a privilege, but I need to do it for my mental sanity. That, like, what's wrong with that, quite honestly? I'm still gonna care even when I'm offline. A lot of you folks don't care offline. You guys love to throw this, like, I care about this and that and XYZ. But when the phone is down, and when you're with your friends and family, you want to stay silent. That's the real shit of it all. That's the truth. Y'all love to say, I advocate for XYZ. Yet once again, when the IG little app is closed, you put the phone down, you don't care. A lot of y'all don't boycott. So I know I'm not going to listen to anybody truly except for myself. And my concluding thoughts will have to just be what I've been saying this whole episode. Like, don't be aware of everything. Just be aware enough and aware of the things that actually matter. You don't need to know what's going on the TikTok shop. Believe me. You don't need to know what's going on there. You don't need to go to Home Goods and TJ Maxx and Ross after anything going on in your life. You don't need to go after the workout class. You don't need to go over the weekend. You don't need to go to Target. You don't need to do these things. Trust me, you don't. If I didn't have to go to Target for anything, I wouldn't go. Quite honestly, I don't see the excitement that much. I just go when I need to go. So my thoughts will always be the same. It's okay to not be aware of every single thing. It's okay to be out of the know. It's okay for your younger folks in your life, your younger cousins, younger family members, kids that you might have, whatever, for you to be like, for them to call you like, oh, you're unk, you're old, whatever. How do you not know what 6'7" mean? I don't want to know. That's the difference. And I don't want you to educate me on those things I didn't ask about. I don't care about baseball. I don't care about football or American football. Sorry. I don't care about American football. I don't care about certain things, and I don't want you to explain it to me. I don't care about what's trending on the TikTok shop. I don't care about what's trending on Amazon. I don't care about going to Home Goods and Ross or TJ Maxx after going out for the day. I don't want to run errands and have all of those three places be in one location. Quite honestly, I only go out when I need to buy things because I'm running out or running low. I don't need to go to Costco for fun. I don't need to go to any of these places if I don't have to. I don't want to be aware of those things, but I unfortunately am, and I can choose to not interact and or interact with anything of the things I don't care about. But what you do need to do, be informed. Be informed and take a break when you need it. To step back when you know you need it. Because quite honestly, y'all, if you don't take that break every now and then, you're gonna burn out, because it's always like, oh, like, you don't care, you don't care. It's like, no, I do, but I'm burning the fuck out, bro. If I don't go outside and do something for myself, I might actually light on fire. I might actually die in my house alone, and my cat's gonna eat me because they're gonna be hungry. It's okay to be aware of those things. But if I don't do something for myself for just a day, at least a couple hours of my day, it's not gonna be a pretty picture. Let's just go with that. Because I can promise you, bro, if I don't go to that workout class, if I don't go to that gym, if I don't go to that dance class, believe me, y'all, I would be dead by now. I would be on my floor dead 3 weeks already. Because if you don't do that thing that makes you happy, that keeps you regulated, whatever that looks like for you, because that looks different for everybody, you are going to go actually insane in your house or wherever you are. You are going to go crazy. That's why don't be aware of certain things. Like I said, that doesn't apply to current issues in the world. Be informed about it. Look further into it, because here's the also gotcha about this. When I say don't be aware of everything, that doesn't mean you get informed of certain issues going on in our world through a TikTok app, by the way, through a TikTok silly little video, and you don't do further research. It costs $0 to swipe up on your fucking iPhone, open the Safari app or Google app, be like, this information XYZ, true, false. You'll get instant results. You'll get instant articles that either prove whatever you're reading is correct or is incorrect, or you'll get actual further information as to where you can look more information on. What is so hard about doing that? That's my thing. You guys believe every single thing you see on social media without ever looking further. And that's the problem as well. Y'all don't be aware enough to be like, is this information true or not? You guys don't even think of the idea of opening Google and searching if something is true or not. It costs $0 to do that too, by the way. Your little clock app isn't going anywhere. And it was free when you downloaded it. So it costs $0 once again to swipe up your phone after seeing an article or a newscast and be like, true or false. You can literally type in the name of the current issue or the name of the newscast, and you can also see, for the most part, it's like usually like a KTLA, like it's from an actual news fucking art like anchor, and then you can go on Google and it'll probably come up the actual article that you're looking for. What is so difficult about doing that? Nothing. Nothing. And you guys don't do it. That's the problem. That's what aggravates me. I could literally go on and on. And there's going to be another episode where I talk about certain activism that pisses me off, by the way. But nonetheless, you guys, please stay informed. But also, you don't need to be aware of every single thing going on in regards to silly little trends. I don't need to know what 6'7" is. I don't need to know what's going on in the TikTok shop. I don't care enough about, honestly, if it's not in the realm of my interest in the sense of like fashion, culture, political issues going on, like I just don't want to know about it. I don't care about certain sports, but other people might. I don't care about certain musicians, but others do. Neither is right nor wrong, but there are some things I just don't need the information on. I don't need to know that you went to the gym and did like you benched 250. Like I don't need to know that. Congrats, I guess. I just don't care. It's okay. As long as you're up to date with the current shit that is important present day and that is being talked about or not being talked about enough, and you care about current things like your hobbies, like whether it's dance, whether it's music, whether it's art, whether it's fashion, whether it's just pop culture, or all of the above, because those are my interests. Those are things that make me happy to know more information on. It's fascinating to have newsletters being sent to me of my favorite magazines, have a Substack article I really want to read and actually interact with, and just being in the know of those things. And then you have your own set of things you're in the know about, but we all should collectively be in the know and very hyper aware of current issues in our world that affect us quite literally all the same. You're not above politics as much as a lot of people wish they were. A lot of, like, I'm gonna be honest, like, I don't like politics. I don't. Nobody does. I'm sorry. Like, there is nobody I know that genuinely likes it, but quite honestly, you do have to know about it. There is an election going on in California. There is an election going on in New York at the moment. So I know there are multiple different elections coming up as well in different states. But honestly, y'all, that's for you to Google. No one should be your vessel. Just provide the information or look it up your own time. But it's also your responsibility. When it comes to things that matter and the things that you know that matter to you, it is your responsibility. Whether you like politics or not, whether you like that information or not, trust me, nobody, like I said, I know likes politics, but it's absolutely necessary. Oh, I wish it wasn't, but it is. I fucking hate it. I fucking hate this world we live in half the time. But being informed is all that matters. And when I say being informed, I'm going to put a little teaser for whatever episode I decide to dedicate this to. Activism does not leave the second you turn off your phone. It just doesn't. A lot of y'all are a little online activists. I see it all the time. Y'all love to be online activists. But the second you put the phone down, y'all are not showing up to protests. And like, honestly, listen, I know that some people cannot attend protests for a health reason or, for example, legal, like current status, like legal status, like obviously those things are very valid. And obviously, you know who you are. If you're able to go to a protest, you should be able to do that. But there are people that cannot. But I'm not talking to them. I'm talking to you folks that are obsessed with being activists online, care about like social issues online. But the second the cameras are gone, the second you put your phone to charge, you are not talking about it in real life. And that is the problem. How are we going to go anywhere in life if you guys, and I'm talking to everybody, do not talk about current issues going on with real people, with your family, with your friends, in classrooms for most people that are still in college, if you're getting your bachelor's or your master's at this moment, or your PhD, who knows? But my point is that you need to talk about it in real life, amongst verbal communication with another human being, face to face, calling out behavior that's wrong, calling it out in front of you. That's the thing that needs to happen. Y'all love to preach activism online. It's always post this, post that on IG, post that, post this, repost, retweet, whatever. But I'm not seeing you guys yap about it in person. So that's my thing. But nonetheless, y'all, this episode is coming to an end. It's a very short one today. But I hope you guys are doing good today. I hope you guys are having a blast today. I hope that you guys are doing something for yourselves, hopefully, whatever that looks like. If you want to go to a workout class, go to a workout class. If you want to involve yourself in a hobby that you love, please do. Make some art. Just make something that makes you happy, makes you proud. And whatever that looks like. Or maybe you just want to get some exercise in. Maybe you want to read something for today. Whatever that looks like, y'all, whatever that is, do something for yourself today. Just do something for yourself, quite honestly. So with that being said, y'all, I am going to depart. I will see you guys in the next episode for whatever that is, if I think of something at this point. But nonetheless, y'all, I will see you guys soon. Take care. And honestly, do something for yourself today. All right.